Well, you got a happy coach right here, you know, and I got two improving freshmen to my right and to my left. First and foremost, I would say we did a lot of things that gave us an opportunity to come back in the second half. To me, there were the intangibles. We started to come together and play as a team, which we didn't see in the first half. But I'm super proud to see that Ariana wasn't scoring a lot. She was making good decisions with the basketball. And then I see she has 8 rebounds. To me, that shows now that she's buying into her role, because most young players like to take the big shot. They want to hit the 3 because that's the way that they get the recognition. But the recognition is sometimes making the extra pass or going to get the rebound, which was much needed tonight. So she grew up. I took my hat to her, and Johnasia just played with a lot of energy tonight. Her body was live the entire day, so I was hoping she transferred to the game, and she did.
Obviously, you're all competitors. You all want to win every time you go out on the floor. But how gratifying is it to win this way when you fell behind by as much as, I think, 15, and right on the heels of a game that got away from you at East Carolina? You didn't fold up and pack it in. How gratifying was this kind of win in a conference game like this?
I'm going to speak first for the coaches, then I let them speak for the players. For a coach, it's very gratifying, because when you get down or you give up 43 points in the first half, you give up 7 threes in the first half, you find yourself in the middle of the third quarter down 15, they can fold up the tent. And I'm screaming and yelling on the bench, just trying to get them to play the way they're capable of playing. And I saw them bounce back. I saw them show some energy, start to execute, start to take away the three-point shot, defend the paint, and we were able to gain some confidence. So for me, for them to have that much will to fight back after losing, as you mentioned, ECU, really bad in this game, getting away, it looks like no matter what we're doing, we're not doing enough, and they never did that. Very proud of them.
Well, I would say it feels pretty good to come back from like being down at the half and just coming off of a loss. But as Coach Erica would say, it's either we're going to lay down or we're going to fight, and we chose to fight. Because honestly, I don't like to lose, so it's a tough thing to swallow. And I just know that we came out with effort, but like he would say, effort's not enough. So we went out and we're like, okay, no more threes. Let's get it on defense. If we do everything on defense right, it'll fall on offense, and it did. So I felt it feels really good to come back from win.
Yeah, same as her. I feel it feels really good to just chip away, and especially at the beginning, we came out good. But then we started slacking, and we got too comfortable, and we started giving up threes. And so it was like, all right, we need to refocus. And the fact that we were able to refocus and chip away and come back, it feels awesome. And it's like, okay, we really want to win this, and as a team also. So the effort was there, but then the details was really there towards the end. So it just feels good, because it's like it pays off at the end.
Against East Carolina, you turned the ball over 34 times. Tonight, 11. What changed?
Focus.
The mindset.
Focus.
It's that simple? Just the mindset?
I wish it was that simple. Because I think I think that was the surprising statistic for me at halftime. We only had 6 turnovers, and they had scored 43 points. When I saw that stat, it tells me that our defense just wasn't present, because I know how we're capable of playing defense. They were shooting the ball, and they was playing and moving the ball as if we were not there. Second half, that all changed. The fact that we only had a total of, 11 turnovers, we gave ourselves a chance. When you look at the stats of 11 turnovers, I see that we had 19 offensive rebounds, and we out-rebounded them by, 14? You put that stat there together, you're going to have a hard time losing, starting with the few turnovers.
Tulsa came into tonight shooting 30% on three-pointers, and they came out tonight and hit 7 of their first 10.
Yeah.
And then you talked about taking away the 3 in the second half. What adjustments did you make? Because after that, they hit 7 of their first 10, then they missed the next 11 down the stretch, including 0 for 9 in the second half.
I didn't make any adjustments. They made all the adjustments. I gave them a few choice words. I gave them a few words and got in their face and challenged them several times. And they made the adjustment. And I told them, just let me do my job, and my job is to coach them. My job is to make them be a little bit uncomfortable when they're not doing what they're capable of doing. And I think these two here sitting next to me, they started to understand what coaching really is and how to receive it. And it's not that I'm not losing confidence in you when I'm yelling at you. That's meaning I have a lot of confidence in you.
Is part of it, when they come out shooting 70%, is part of it just ride out that stretch? Because you have to assume they're not going to go 4 quarters shooting at that pace?
That's not my philosophy. I love to hear what they think. The philosophy is not to let them come out and shoot that great percentage. It's our defensive principle, what we've been practicing, what we talk about throughout the week to prepare for Tulsa, is not to give up a 3. We was talking about when you declare the ball, you go out to where you are doing what, ladies? Forcing them where?
The baseline.
Okay, we trying to get them to go somewhere, but they standing there watching them shoot 3s, so.
Yeah, it was bad.
When you start chipping away in the 4th quarter, Shug Dixon got a technical foul, which I think tied it up with the free
Yes.
throws.
Yes.
Was that sort of the turning point, or was that just the icing on the cake of the rally?
For me, it showed a crack in the armor. For me, it showed frustration. If you ask Johnasia, I tell her don't ever express, don't ever show the anger, don't ever show emotion. She can't, but once you show that now, it shows the coach, okay, now we coming to that. That point is where I turned up and I started to refocus. They made the free throws and then we were able to execute. So she gave us life by getting that technical foul.
Yes.
Unfortunate for them, very fortunate for us.
Kenzie Adams goes over 20 points for the 9th time this year, including 19 points in the second half. Is there a tendency when she's on a roll like that to just get her the ball and get out of the way, and let her take over, or was that just within the fabric of the offense, the way she was able to get those points?
Well, you got to understand, Kenzie's been our leading scorer all year. And this team seems to feed off of when the person that leads us continue to lead us. When Kenzie was struggling in the first half, not really looking for a shot. Body language wasn't super excited. Her body language changed in the second half. And you notice our entire team's body language changed in the second half. And that's where she has to understand. It don't have to be verbal. Sometimes it could just be within your actions. You give everybody else around you confidence to go ahead and do what they're capable of doing.
Tulsa scored fewer points in each quarter, 22, 21, 19, and then 8 in the final quarter. How much of that was maybe them getting tired, and how much was you guys ramping up your defensive intensity and trying to finish out the game strong?
I can't wait to hear this answer. Go ahead, ladies.
Go ahead, Doug.
Well, I don't think they were tired. I feel like we just dug in deeper and just focused a lot on the details of what was happening. And it was like, we kept saying, don't foul, take away the 3. Don't foul, take away the 3. So like, and rebound. Yeah, finish it, and rebound.
You're still coaching.
So it was like, every huddle that we had, it was like, okay, we were repeating those things, but still play our principles, and because this is where it counts. Because in practice, we talk a lot about possessions, and like, we need to stop. So it was pretty much just really a possession game, and it was like, all right, we need to stop now, we need to go execute. So I feel like we dug in and really paid attention to that.
And you won the possession game.
Yeah, we did.
I felt like we was ramped up.
Mm-hmm.
There was chest bumping and jumping and everything. I don't know, we got a lot of energy towards the end of the game because we really wanted to win. When it hit 60 to 64 and we were down, it was like, all right, well, we're chipping away. Let's take it. It's right here. So by that time, it was just like, all right, everybody settle down on D. No more 3s. Box out, rebound. If you tip it, I'm there to get it. Like, it was all that. We was connected.
Can you feel that energy? It's pouring out of her all the time, so I just try and hold it back. The thing, and I love it. I love the energy.
Just from the beginning of the season, how far do you think Ariana's come in just running the offense from the point, regardless if her shots are going down or not, like she did tonight?
Not very good. Tonight was special. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, I'm a process coach. I know that they need the reps. My number one thing I tell them both all the time, I do not want you to come back here next year and be freshmen all over again. I think you need to understand the importance of what we're teaching every day. You need to treat every day as if it's a practice that you want to have your best practice, your practice of the year. And I think if they do that, then they will begin to trust. See, if they don't apply what we ask them to do, how are they going to be a leader for this big group we got coming in here next year? You know, they need to understand, and I think they need to be the voice in the locker room that tell the however many 6 young ladies that signed with that's coming in here, y'all might want to listen to coach, because you might not want the consequences. You know? That's not a threat. I'm just saying.
Anything else?
Good. Thank you.